What is up, Cowboy Nation? Dallas fan 1997 here, guys. Hope you guys are having a great new year so far. If you're out here on the Mountain West where I live, you may be experiencing a bit of snow. I'll show you. There it is outside. Look at that. Snow on the road. You may be experiencing a bit of snow. It's snowing out here. It's January, though. I mean, it's that time of year, right? So it's the way it goes. Yeah, man, cold out here. First of all, I want to congratulate my former Utes quarterback, Alex Smith. You may know him from the NFL, for getting into the College Football Hall of Fame. Well-deserved. The guy was an absolute beast at the University of Utah. No question. He is the best quarterback in Utes history. There's no debate about that. Scott Mitchell has nothing on Alex Smith. I'm just saying. If you compare the NFL careers, Alex Smith was clearly better. It's not even close. So congratulations, Alex Smith. But that's a different discussion. This is about the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboy Nation, this is the biggest game of the season today. This is the biggest game of the season. The Cowboys, we currently hold the number 2 seed. We do. We have to go and play our division rival in Washington, the Commanders, right? Biggest game of the season. Now, some people have said, oh, we should get the number 5 seed because we don't want to play teams like the Seattle Seahawks or the Green Bay Packers. We want to play Tampa Bay. Well, first of all, you're going to have to play who you're going to have to play in the playoffs. But with that being said, we want to get a home playoff game, okay? We want to be at home for as long as possible, and the only way we can do that is if we get the number 2 seed. Let me ask you something. Even if we do get the number 5 seed, and let's say we did win the first game against Tampa Bay, right? Let's just hypothetically say that. And then let's say the Eagles and the Lions both won their games, which they most likely will if they were in those spots. Who are we going to play after that? The 49ers? I want to avoid the 49ers in Santa Clara as long as possible. I don't want to have to play them until there's no other choice. That's just me. So getting the number 2 seed is extremely important, and it starts by trying to win this game today. How are we going to get that done? Well, we'll start with the offense. Washington, they're going to be missing a lot of starters. Guys like Fuller, I think Kendall Fuller and Curl are not going to play. A lot of their starters on the defensive side of the ball are out with injury. They're beat up and hurt. They also have one of the worst pass defenses in the entire NFL. The key to the game on offense is passing the football, using CeeDee Lamb, using one of the best receivers in the league, by the way, using Brandon Cooks, Jake Ferguson, Tolbert, Michael Gallup, even Tony Pollard. Using those guys is extremely important. We have to use those players in order to have success in the pass game, in order to have success on the offense today. Pass to set up the run. That's the key. Number 2, protecting the football. Cowboys have done a decent job, knock on wood, of protecting the football this season. They need to continue. We can't be throwing interceptions, Dak Prescott. We can't be fumbling, going to the receivers and some of those other guys. We have to protect the football today. No turnovers. Okay? No turnovers. And then, the third key, not getting stupid penalties. Even last week, we still got some penalties that set us back, that cost us a couple points. We cannot get stupid penalties, especially in a game like this. We have to stay disciplined on both sides of the football, especially the offensive side of the football. That's the third key. And the fourth key, of course, is to score touchdowns, not field goals, in the red zone. Those are the keys on the offense. On the defense, this is where it gets same thing. We have to get pressure on Sam Howell. Sam Howell is the most sacked quarterback in the NFL. Last time we got a lot of pressure on him, which led to turnovers. We need to do the same thing today. For as great of a pass rush as the Dallas Cowboys have on the defensive side of the football, We are only 14th in the NFL in sacks. 14th. We're middle of the pack. We've got to do a better job of getting pressure on the quarterback. I believe we have the talent to do so, but we have to start today. We got to get sacks on Sam Howell. That's the first key. This will lead to the second key, turnovers. Every time the Cowboys have been able to get turnovers this year, we've had a pretty good chance of winning that game. Every time we don't usually do too well, do we? We've got to get turnovers. For a team that was number one in turnovers the last 2 years, they only have 23 turnovers this year so far. They got to do better than that. They got to get turnovers today. They got to force Sam Howell into mistakes, force him into fumbles and interceptions. Turnovers are a major key in today's game. They got to get turnovers on the defensive side of the ball. The third thing, same thing as the offense, not getting costly penalties. Getting these costly penalties hurt your drives. They hurt your chances. They got to stay disciplined on the defensive side of the football and not get stupid penalties. I mean, even last week against the Lions, a lot of people are saying, oh, is it rigged and all this. Get out of here with that nonsense. Get out of here with that nonsense. Even when the guy didn't report, because guess what? It was illegal. I looked it up. It actually was illegal. It was a penalty. Cry all you want, but it was a penalty. Even if it was. Micah Parsons jumped off sides and gave the Lions another opportunity, 3, to score the 2-pointer. They gave him multiple opportunities from penalties, man. Unacceptable. This team's got to be way more disciplined. This is unacceptable, and it will not work going forward. Got to start getting that corrected today. Today. And the fourth thing, finding a way to stop the run. At times, we did decent stopping the run last week, but we still got gashed at times against the Detroit Lions and the Washington Commanders. They still got Robinson and Gibson that can run the ball. So we got to find a way to stop the run. Period. And lastly, this goes for all sides of the football. Do not take the Washington Commanders lightly, okay? Don't take them lightly. Just because they're a 4-12 team doesn't mean that they're not going to try and come in here and play spoiler. Don't come into this game like you did the Arizona Cardinals game or the Buffalo Bills game, coming out flat, coming out like you're just going to win the game without being prepared. This team's got to be prepared, and they got to want it. Don't act like Washington is just going to roll over and die. They're not. They always play the Cowboys tough. We always play them tough. We cannot come in here lackadaisical. We got to be prepared, and we got to come in here with the heat. We got to come in here and win. No, none of this lackadaisical nonsense. They should not take the Commanders lightly. Don't think this game is going to be just one of those games that's, oh, blah. They have got to go in there and take care of business. And they can do those things I just mentioned. We got a shot today. We got a shot today. That's all I'm going to say. But they got to do the things I just mentioned. They have to. They have to. Anyways, Cowboy Nation, I will come to you guys after the game, and I will give you my thoughts and opinions. Hope you all have a nice one. Peace out.